What's up, my Vina loves? It's Miss Vina D coming to you all from Vina Entertainment News. For those of you who are not aware, the Braxtons are back with a season 2. Now, remember before it used to be, the Family Value show and all of that, but they came back, rebooted, have, a new, different, show going on, and it's called the Braxtons. That's it. Okay? They had season 1, and now season 2 is going on. Now, during the break of season 1, okay, and they were filming season 2, you all heard the story of, their niece coming out and saying, someone in the family or one of her aunties, husbands made her feel uncomfortable and all of that. And I'm adding a segment of that video I did in here for those of you who missed it. I'm sure if you watched the show, you heard what she had to say. But I just want to post what she posted on social media before the show premiered.
Years ago, okay? So this happened to me when I was 16. So memory's a little foggy, but also it took me a really long time to overcome all of this. And so I feel so much better that I was able to talk about it before, and I just feel like I'm able to talk about it now in a manner and a space and place where I can encourage others to do the same thing, or if not, just provide a safe space and place, okay? So bear with me on all of this. Also, I'm 32. This happened when I was 16, so this is like 16 years of me trying to find the courage to be able to talk about it, and I'm so proud of myself that sure, it's taken me a little bit longer than I expected or wanted to, but I'm able to talk about it, and I'm just like extremely happy right now. So give me a second, bear with me, but I'm gonna tell it as best I can, okay? So I'm 16, I'm at my aunt's house, and when I leave, I'm there for the summer, her husband at the time decides to start sexting me. So sexting in a sexual manner, okay? There was nothing physical that happened, absolutely nothing physical. However, when my parents first brought it up to my aunt, she was there for me, very like, I'm so sorry this happened to you. And as the years have evolved, that has turned into, it's your fault. It's turned into, you were old enough to know right from wrong. And it's turned into something physical happened and you did it. And for me, that's mind-boggling to me, because if there was something that was physical that happened, and I'm 16 years old, this makes this person right. You know the word, and I can't use it. And so that is mind-boggling. It's just something that I don't really understand. I'm 16 years old. I'm 16, so what I've learned in therapy is that it doesn't matter what age you are when this sort of situation falls into your lap, but when you're 16, or it doesn't matter what age you are as a child, you're not equipped of how this works, and it just shouldn't have fallen into your hands anyway. And so I think the hardest part for me was trying to navigate as to why is it me? Why am I the scapegoat? Why are you not talking to me? I didn't ask for it. And I think so much empathy is needed for people who have gone through this sort of situation, for you to really understand that we didn't ask for this situation to happen to us. I didn't ask for this. I didn't want this. I don't want this. This is not fun. This is my life. This is real. This is my family. It's not something that you ask for. And so you can only spend so much time thinking about it and pondering and wondering like what you could have done better, done differently. And I've just gone through enough therapy to just realize and understand that I handled it the way that I did, and it just shouldn't have been in my plate. And why do you want me to come to you and say, yes, I had a physical relationship with this person? Like, that makes him, do you know what I mean? I said that I wouldn't get emotional on this, and I don't know. This person has also had a platform to be able to be able to show his character of who he is, and like we're all just breaking bread with the person as if nothing has happened, or like it's just, I don't know. But I say all of this to say that there's so many of you who understand my frustration in this and my silence, and I've just been dealing with so many emotions of feeling so many, like I have to start another video, sorry. It's almost 7.
Well, the episode came on and Tamar Braxton was the one who brought her on the show and all of that. So you have that argument. You have that argument of Tamar looking for a storyline. It's not genuine. Tamar is using her niece to hurt her sister. You have that argument. And then you have the other side where is Tamar, thank you for giving her a platform to tell her story. Then the other side of, well, why didn't she tell her story a long time ago? But you also have to understand you don't get to tell someone when to tell their story and when they are healed enough to tell their story or comfortable enough to publicly tell their story. Well, after the episode and all of that, Trina Braxton normally goes on live, be it YouTube or Instagram, to talk about the episode. And during her recent live, she addressed a few things from the episode. Now, the entire YouTube live is on Trina Braxton YouTube channel. So when someone come on here and they post their content, you have to be respectful. You cannot just take someone's entire content and repost it. If this was an Instagram live and all of that, absolutely, I will post it. Because she is a creator here on YouTube and she did go on her platform and talk about this on her platform. You all can go there and watch the entire video, but I'm going to post the parts and the reason why you're here. So the parts where she's giving her feedback and her live reaction on how she feels or felt about watching those scenes and hearing what her niece had to say, and it now being revealed that her niece was talking about her ex-husband, may his soul rest in peace, Gabe. I mean, most of us figured that out before the season even started. I want you all to hear what she had to say. So I will absolutely be jumping in and out to avoid copyrights, strikes and all of that. And two, to just be respectful to Trina content and not take her entire content and post it here. But for those of you who, after watching my video, want to go and watch Trina entire YouTube live with her husband, you absolutely can. Let's get into it.
Thank you. All right, so go ahead and ask your question. There were a few things that I took issue with. Hello from Chicago. I'm not sure I should go directly into that yet.
Okay. You do whatever you want. That's your platform.
I think, first I'm going to say, I think it's important for people to tell their truth. But that's exactly what it is. It is their truth. There is one person's truth. There is another side of the truth, and then the full truth is somewhere in between. Mm-hmm. I don't want to...
You need to get into it.
Say it again?
You don't need to go deep into it.
I won't go deep into it. How do I feel about this season? Pre-era? It's a great season. It's an amazing season. But sometimes you have to go through the rough to get to the smooth. And that's what we had to do. That's definitely what we had to do. While I was watching the show, I was looking at a few people's comments on the WeTV page on social media.
Oh yeah, what is that?
People are sometimes very opinionated when they don't know the whole.
Can I say something? You can't judge anybody's life on a snippet, on a 6-minute segment. You can't do it.
But and that's absolutely true. I agree with what you're saying. I will say this: I cannot negate anyone's feelings in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
And I will say this: I think that you can never put a time limit on someone's feelings, their emotions, or even their version of what the truth may be to them. But I do wish that the people that were spoken about were able to tell their own version of their story, of their truth, because they're no longer with us.
That's it. Because they're dead.
And that's not always fair. It's not always fair. And people have to talk about things when they're ready to talk about them. But I can't disregard anybody's feelings. I said what I said. How do you deal with the stress of the show? I have surrounded myself with.
If we turn the camera around, you'd see.
Yes, you would see. I have a village of family that they love me, and they're not going to put smoke and mirrors on me. They're going to tell me the truth about what's happening. They're going to tell me if it's negative. They're going to tell me if it's positive. They're going to say, Trina, you're wrong. Hey, Tamika. But I am going to say this, and I'm going to address Nikki right now, who said that why don't we have that conversation now? My real question is, why didn't we have the conversation prior to this? I feel like if someone needs or wants real, true healing, it is not for public consumption. I think that if you really want that to happen, then we should have those conversations behind closed doors. And if we decide that collectively we would like to have a conversation for maybe possibly someone else's healing, and I think that should absolutely happen. But I think that you can call it family secrets, you can call it, Braxton no family values, like I saw some people say.
That's not the name anymore anyway.
Right, it's just the Braxtons right now. I don't think, like I said on the show, I'm going to reiterate it again.
The joke is late.
Everything is not for public consumption. I think that I'm not saying the covered wagon. I'm just saying that things should be talked about, things should be dealt with, and things should be discussed if you want real, true healing. I don't think that social media is a forum for people to hear things, especially if it involves them firsthand. Social media is not a place to hear things firsthand. It's just not. And I love you guys enough to tell the truth, and I love me enough to protect myself and my family and my children. Would I be willing to have a conversation? Absolutely, but I think that needs to happen. Yeah, well, and I'm an open book, and I always have been, because you never have to change the truth. So when you tell the truth about a situation,
you can have a bad memory.
Yeah,
the truth is always the truth.
The truth is always.
Basically, you can have a bad memory, but the truth is always the truth. Now, if you listened to what she posted on TikTok, Denise, she said, I said this years ago. I said this when that person was around. And my aunt was talking to me, and it looks like everything was cool. And then things just got weird, and it went from what I said to things being twisted about intercourse allegedly actually happening, or someone is lying, or someone coming on to someone, and things just got weird, and then our auntie stopped talking to me. But then when you listen to Trina version, she's like, no, that's not what happened. And if this wasn't for let me go on TV and gain whatever I want to gain, even though she didn't say these exact words, why are we having this conversation on TV? If it was truly for your healing, why did we not go to counseling together or have the conversation off camera? Also, it's not fair to her ex-husband, according to her, Gabe, because he's not here to defend himself. He's not here to say this is a lie. He's not here to say this is not how it happened. Why would you wait for someone to no longer be here to now want to talk about it? But if you listen to her story, she said, no, I talked about it. So it all depends on who you want to believe. I do pray for healing and counseling, therapy, and all of that. This is just a terrible and a sad situation, and hopefully the family will be able to work through it and heal. When this story broke, I had a lot to say, and that's why I'm not saying too much, because I've already covered this. So I'm going to link those videos in the description below for those of you who missed it, to hear everything I had to say when all of this started. I'll be back with a part 2 because it was a long episode. I'm just focusing on what Trina had to say and all of that. Well, there you have it. I'm wishing all of you well, and take care.
Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also, turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.